Morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princeton Trader, here with your Wednesday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, look, here's your Sunday night high, 2403.75. Kind of, moving back here towards the 9-day simple moving average. We've had 3 tests last week in the 9-day simple, overshoots that held. There's another overshoot here that's trying to hold. But, it's like I was talking about yesterday. We were on Instagram, we were on Twitter. We're going to be on there all day today. We're doing a lot of different stuff on social. So if you don't follow us on there, I really think you should. And this isn't just a pump for follows. I don't really care how many followers I have. I think there's real value in there during the day. And, I always try to do this from a perspective of a trader who's just starting out. And if I was a trader just starting out trading ES, I would find the stuff that Tony's doing valuable and the stuff that we do during the day valuable. It's a way to look at the market. So I rarely blow our own horn, but for the people that just follow me on YouTube, there's a lot more going on during the day on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat than you're probably aware of, okay? And of course, if you want me to bother you all day, there's always the chat room. I never shut up on there. So what I was talking about over there, though, was the weekly pivot. It was the key to the entire day. How was the weekly pivot going to react? Now, you can see here it spiked down in the afternoon below the weekly pivot. They took it back for the close, but then, whether it was the news that that Comey got fired or whatever, it pushed below. It wasn't able to take it back in the overnight. They tried to take it back here off the Europe Open. They weren't able to do it. They came down and they made, we keep bumping into S1. I've had a risk marker on longs all night of 88 for my folks. I tried to very briefly try to short about 45 minutes ago. But when we made this little higher low, it's more pronounced on a 5-minute chart, obviously at 88.5. We kept bumping into 88.5 early this morning. We couldn't get through. So I'm currently long. And what I want to see this morning is, can they convert the weekly pivot? It's the same discussion we were having yesterday. The whole key is going to be off a weekly pivot. It's got to get over 92. If it can do that, it'll probably go up and test the daily pivot up around 94. And then, as we get into the regular open, look, the dip buyers are going to be here. And it's always about what happens after they show up. So, the dip buyers came in yesterday morning. They ran it up to the roundy here at 2,400. And then you know what happened? The bears showed up and they pushed back. And that's significant. If they run it up off the open today, the bears are going to have to show up and they're going to have to push back. If you do that enough days in a row and continue to create lower lows, then you're going to get the pullback that everybody wants. Because what you've got now on the daily chart and on an hourly chart is, here's your Sunday night high. Here, this has lower high potential. Yesterday's high that got rejected. It absolutely does. And if you come and put another one in somewhere around here, as long as it isn't over 2,400, then you've got 3 days in a row of lower high potential. If those produce lower lows, then, hey, that's how pullbacks start. And then we start talking about things like the daily mid-band, which is sitting down around 2370. It's too early for that discussion yet, but if you're going to get that discussion, those are the baby steps that have to happen that get you on the road to doing that, okay? All right, that's all I got. Check us out, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I know I'm like a broken record this morning, but I think there's value there. I will be around for the midday update. Check it out. Trade them well. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princeton Trader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.